Hey, how's it going? My name's Aiden of Studio Raphael. Just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's either tuned into the musician circle or who has participated in it so far. Everything that I've experienced through it has been very beneficial for me, and yeah, I just want to express my deepest gratitude and appreciation for this time. Now, in one of my conversations, somebody mentioned to me that I was a bit of an enigma. I don't want to mention who because it's not a bad comment. I found that to be really useful, and I wanted to expand on that. You see, I'm the one leading this, I'm the one hosting this, but why am I doing it? What's the importance of it, and why should you care? So I want to take you back to how this whole journey started in some way. Basically, when I was a kid, I was super expressive. And then one day I experienced something really traumatic, and from that point on, I basically just created an identity within me that there was something wrong with me. During this time of suppressing myself, I started to, reconnect with my desire to be in the arts and to be in my creative pursuits. This is when I sort of recognized I want to be working in a studio. So I tried interning at a music studio, and that didn't go too well. Then I got laughed at a few times and other stuff. I tried working at a post-production audio studio. That also didn't go so well and just ended on, I would have liked to have ended it on a better note, but it didn't really. It was around this time that I started to reconnect with a higher sense of purpose for myself. I started to realize that I enjoyed work that was helping others more than it was just helping me. I find when I'm just doing work for myself, it's a little boring. It's a little, I don't know, it's not fulfilling. I think that's really the word I'm looking for there. This is sort of when I started to connect with my religious roots and background, and I was at at the time he was friendly. We don't really talk much at the moment, but I'm grateful for him for recommending this. I brought up how my Hebrew name is Raphael, and I said I wanted to have a studio, and he said, well, what about Studio Raphael? And just something in that moment clicked for me, and I was like, that makes sense. So for about 2 years, I've been going through this process of finding Studio Raphael and figuring out what I'm doing with it. I always knew I wanted a studio, and I always knew I wanted to help people. And now it's kind of this question of how do I put these two things together? Well, the Musician Circle podcast feels like a way for me to do this. It feels like a way for me to connect with people. And while, what I've done in the past ones is just kind of have conversation, what I really want to do now is figure out how do I use my past experiences, my fears, my traumas, in order to help others face theirs. Putting myself out there at the moment isn't something that I'm, totally fully comfortable with yet, but I'm learning with each experience. Every video that I do, every conversation I have is offering me something different. Every person has something to offer me, and I'm really noticing how this is affecting my growth as a person, and I love it, and I'm super grateful for it. That's where I'm approaching this as a host. My goal is really help people work through these blocks, work through their fears. Let's get back into expressing ourselves. Let's get back into being who we truly are. There's nothing like really being your authentic self, and I have suppressed my authentic self for many, many, many years. My name's Aiden. This is Studio Raphael. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really excited to see where the Musician Circle goes. At the end of the day, the goal is really to have a physical space that can be used to help musicians and artists break through their patterns and blocks. But, this is where I start from, and this is where I build from. So I'm excited for when I get there, but I'm grateful just to be here in this very moment. Thank you again. Stay tuned for more, and hopefully I'll see you around the studio sometime. Take care.